Hello, my name is Elaine Everett, the founder and managing director of Motivation & Co. I'm here today to tell you a little about us and how Motivation & Co. falls prevention for dementia clients saved the NHS £78,000 over 10 weeks. I'm positive that you'll find this both informative, stimulating and give you some food for thought, but more importantly, leave you amazed at the results. Footballers, they get paid to fall over. Even the Queen of Pop is not immune to falling. Some falls are unfortunate. Some falls can even happen to the best of us. It can even happen to the best of us. When it happens to this age group, it is a problem. Falls destroy confidence, increase isolation and reduce independence, with around 1 in 10 older people who fall becoming afraid to leave their homes in case they fall again. When it happens to this age group, it is a problem. Falls destroy confidence, increase isolation and reduce motivational therapy to the residents with around 1 in 10 older people who fall becoming afraid to leave their homes stimulation in case they fall again. We are fully researched by Leeds Metropolitan University by 3 doctors in partnership with St James's Teaching Hospital in Leeds. We are a registered training centre. The Motivation & Co service is a series of programmes delivering mental stimulation, exercises and games, all of which have been designed and developed by the company with meaning, purpose and tools to evaluate. The Motivation & Co class is split into 4 sections: mental stimulation, chair-based exercises, game section and music therapy. It is this format that has been researched and proven to work. All 4 sections are delivered over an hour, so each section is short, sharp and sweet, thus holding the attention and concentration of our client group. The level in which the Motivation & Co class is delivered is set tailored to each group's ability. Our experience and expertise in cognitive stimulation has allowed us to develop evidence-based programmes which will, at varying levels, engage a person. Mental stimulation therapy involves activities and exercises that are designed to improve memory and communication skills. Particular benefits for language have been shown to significantly improve quality of life with dementia. We have tools and techniques to include deaf or blind clients. Here you can see some visual maps used to encourage these skills. All our exercises are pre-recorded to ensure nothing is watered down, preserving quality and consistency throughout the country. We have a whole library of different themes and routines to suit all abilities, designed to enhance mobility, flexibility and core stability, which will improve balance, appetite and well-being. Our game section is designed to encourage interaction with others within the group, combining the skills from the previous 2 sections delivered by continually working with hand and eye coordination and concentration. Various games designed by the company, including a patented game, makes them unique to us. They are specifically developed for a group activity to encourage interaction and engagement. Here you can see a range of unique games designed and developed fit for purpose. This section really does bring out the competitiveness and concentration elements in our clients. Music therapy is to bring the residents into a calm and happy state of mind at the end of the session. Developed to lift mood and promote well-being. We have a whole range of music genre to suit all ages and abilities, including theatre music for the brain. To ensure everyone can participate, we all introduce the use of musical instruments, dance rings, pom-poms, gymnastic ribbons and scarves. Music is a very powerful instrument on our minds and how it affects different parts of our brains. At the end of the Motivation & Co session, an evaluation is completed on each individual client. And as you can see, this section is fun and entertaining. So how did Motivation & Co save the NHS £78,000 in just 10 weeks? NHS Hertfordshire approached us to develop a programme that would address barriers supporting dementia clients at risk of falls, which would meet the criteria of the GPS scheme, GPS being General Practitioners Scheme. And the criteria being to fill the gap, identifying homes with high incidence of falls requiring hospitalisation specific to dementia clients, develop an evaluation and assessment tool, clients to be exercising out of their chairs by week 10. Under the GPS scheme, we were allocated 10 homes to deliver the programme to which the NHS identified as the highest instance of falls requiring hospitalisation. We had no choice or involvement of which homes they would be. No problem. We love a challenge. We already knew that the Motivation & Co class is very effective, as proven by a research report by Leeds Metropolitan University. We were even more excited when we saw the amazing results shown in the GPS report, reinforcing that we really do make a difference to people's well-being. But first, I think it best to start at the beginning of our story, with the trials and tribulations that were to follow. So the starting point was to find or develop a balanced test that was suitable for this age range and group. We originally thought to use the BEST system, Balance Error Scoring System, and found it not suitable for our clients. We created our own balance test tailored more in line with our clients' abilities and adapted the error scoring system for measurements more in line to our clients' ability. The measuring techniques used was how long could our clients stand still unaided with their eyes open in a double-leg stance, feet together. How long could they stand still unaided with their eyes shut in a double-leg stance, feet together? Could they in fact raise a leg, enabling them to stand on their dominant leg? This test did prove very difficult in week 1. In some cases, the test proved too high a risk to some of the clients at this stage. The test was then taken again in week 10 with all clients, where their ability had vastly improved to enable us to perform the test. We then decided that by measuring the hand grip muscle strength along with the joint flexion, this would give an accurate testing platform to assess any improvement. We took 3 readings with the hand grip muscle strength test in both week 1 and week 10 on each right and left hands. All 3 methods of testing, balance, joint flexion and hand muscle strength, were collated into an evaluation assessment record sheet for each client who took part. The results were entered in week 1 and week 10 on the same sheet. We had 10 homes in the project, each with 10 clients participating in the programme. Once all clients undertook the initial stability test, the Motivation & Co class was ready to commence, These were delivered same day and time once a week for 10 weeks. Each session lasts 1 hour. Every session also had an evaluation on each client on their participation, engagement, interaction, memory recall, orientation and physical ability, as well as the initial balance ability test. All information was collated onto their own personal assessment record sheet. Remembering criteria 3, clients were to be exercising out of their chairs by week 10. Our exercise section within the Motivation and Co classes are developed by our over 50s instructor and physiotherapist. We have a library of varying levels and themed exercise routines which are recorded. This ensures that nothing is watered down and controls the quality and consistency throughout the service we provide in the UK. Our motivational therapists are visual aids, a bit like air hostesses, ensuring the exercises are being done correctly. Our team developed a routine which enabled our clients to be performing the exercises out of their seats, from seated to lifting themselves out of their chairs to a standing position. This is the only programme where we use this particular routine. The results from the balance and strength evaluation assessments were collected from each of the 10 homes, and the results for each home were input into a graph separately for each test on each individual home. This is the graph for just one of the homes, Sunrise. Once all the results for each home were collated together, we started to get quite excited at what we were witnessing. We could see straight away an overall improvement to joint mobility of the whole project group. From this particular graph for Sunrise, if you look at the right-hand grip, you can see that there is an improvement, but not a huge increase. This could be due to the fact that this group are all right-handed, which makes this their dominant hand. Yet in other groups, there was a more significant improvement with their dominant hand. We put this down to the fact that each group had different activity and agility levels, but overall improvement is noted. You can find a graph for each of the homes in our report. The highest percentage increase in overall joint mobility was within the right wrist hyperextension, with a 66% increase in joint mobility. With such an increase, there is likely to be a better ability to push up from a seated position, making a fall from seated to standing less likely. With a 26% improvement in hand grip, along with the increases in the heel and toe raises, it is likely mobility will be increased due to better flexibility of joints. We were so excited with these results alone, we did not know that the next part of our research would blow us away. Of the 10 homes that participated, 9 returned the final questionnaires. This was a record of the number of reported falls that each individual undertaking the programme had experienced pre- and post-project. As you can see, the blue are pre-project and the red are post-project. Wow, we had less than half the number of falls. We were thrilled at these results, but the findings were going to get even more exciting as we move on to the cost implication. A total cost of £6,500 was received in funding for this project. The funding was split to deliver the programme for 10 care providers. We were allocated the 10 homes which were identified as having the highest level of reported falls. At a cost of £650 for the assessment and the delivery of the 10-week Motivation and Co Falls programme for dementia clients to each home. The programme was delivered to 10 service clients, meaning that it cost £65 per person to undertake the 10-week programme. a cost of £6.50 per client per class. The feedback from the service users and service providers was very positive and can be found in our report. This project set about to improve physical activity to prevent falls, therefore reduce both the effects on the individual and the cost to the NHS services. We set out to fill the gap, thus addressing barriers in supporting clients who were at risk of falls. The programme is designed to motivate and holistically improve activity, motivation and vitality through fun, easy to participate sessions. It is vital to note that this is the only programme available to meet the specific needs and engage people with dementia. Have I still got your attention? As the next set of figures will blow you away this time, please remember the cost of £6.50 as this is relevant. The results were very positive, evidencing that such use of increasing activity using a motivational, inclusive session can indeed reduce the risks of falls by increasing joint mobility and often self-belief through active participation. The data collected suggested that motivational physical training has some impact into reducing the number of falls, requiring ambulance and admission to A&E. Overall, comparing the data of hospital attendance from the initial survey and the final survey, the cost difference between the first survey and the final survey were truly amazing. The cost of a fall to the NHS that requires hospitalisation is £1,600 per person. In the 4-month period prior to the project, our survey showed there were 104 reported falls. If all falls equated to hospitalisation, this cost to the NHS would be £166,400. What number did I ask you to remember? Yes, £6.50, and yes, per person. So in the 4-month period post-project, the cost of a hospitalisation visit due to a fall remained the same. The survey revealed that there were 55 reported falls post-project. If all falls resulted in a hospitalisation, the cost shown to the NHS would be £88,000. The results speak for themselves, thus making an apparent saving of £78,400 to the NHS. Now that's what I call amazing. So that's how the Motivation & Co falls prevention for dementia clients saved the NHS £78,400 over 10 weeks. Now I'm not an accountant and figures don't really interest me, but making the world a better place does. The improvements and benefits our programmes made to our clients were truly amazing. The results speak for themselves. We really do make a difference to the quality of people's well-being. And for the accountants, just think of where those savings could be better spent. Prevention is better than cure for quality of life. Thank you so much for your time, and I do hope that I've given you some food for thought. If you wish to discuss in further detail, then please contact us, where we will be more than happy to help. Motivation & Co really do make a difference.